Hi everybody, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you for being here today. I want to share with you today a video that I hope is inspiring. It's meant to be inspirational and motivating, and for all you women out there in your 60s and 70s, a story about things you can do to make every single day count. Now, Lisa Dunkel is one of our bloggers, and I know Lisa personally. She's an amazing woman, and she's just got such a spirit and a passion about her. She wrote an article called The Energizing Power of Doing New Things Every day. And the article is great. Read it, enjoy it, because it goes into more detail about her strategy for this, how she turned 70 this year and was like, wow, how did that happen? And, instead of focusing on the things that she felt were potentially negative, the fact that she can't exercise as much, she's not quite as active, she's more maybe fatigued now and again, physical limitations. She's, changing physically, like we all are, the wrinkles, the age spots, all the things that remind us that we are getting older. But the point is, and Lisa does a really great job at talking about this, is that there's plenty of positive things too that we can look at. And it starts with appreciating every single day, every single moment in a day. She also extends this, and I'll talk about it in a minute too, how you can actually just set your goal on one thing in your year, or one thing in a period of time that really you can work on. It's kind of goal setting. It's not resolutions or anything like that. It's more just a commitment, an intention to take the years that you've got and turn them into something magical. She calls herself a wise woman, a crone. This is what we become when we're in our 60s and 70s, and we see that there are things changing, but we've got more good things going for us. The world needs us. And Lisa does a great job of talking about this. The world needs women who are in this situation. We can make a difference. And I'm a strong believer of this too. I just believe that women who have been through a lot in their lives, we've loved, we've lost, we've dealt with all kinds of political health issues around, in our own lives and around us. We have got wisdom, knowledge, perspective. And I think that honestly, that makes us more relevant than ever before. And I know certainly with talking to younger people during this pandemic situation, that, that we can give a life view that gives them hope, that gives them a sense that things are going to be okay. So she said this is what she's decided she's becoming. This is her new kind of role in the world. And I think there's 5 or 6 things here, but they're really cool. And of course, they're personal to Lisa, but I think she's got some good ideas. So keep expanding, keep growing, and try to do a few big things to you every year, but also every single day. Fill it with joy. So first thing she's doing is she's becoming a political activist. Why not? She's in her life, been busy with children and family and all the other things that we do. But finally, there's an opportunity now to step up for something that she really, truly believes in. And for her, it's, she's a vocal feminist, she's very interested in immigrant populations, about migration, as many of us are. And we just see the world now shrinking in the sense that we're kind of all connected in this amazing web of life. So she says, whatever your choice is, choose your political position. Is it climate change? Is it breast cancer? Is it, rights for older people? Is it education? I mean, whatever it is, you might have something that you really care about and you want to, get your heart and soul into. Do that. Become a political activist. She doesn't, get out and about on the streets, but she does donate her time to phone banks and talking to people, explaining situations that she believes in. And, there's more than one way to be a political activist. So the second thing is, she says, is to be the queen of ice cream. In other words, indulge. Do things that you love. She bought a Cuisinart, I think she said, Cuisinart. And she just puts in all the ingredients to make these magnificent ice cream creations. And that's the second thing that she's doing as she's getting older, is just enjoying, not necessarily the calories of ice cream, but whatever it is, the thing that you can do that's a passion for you, that you love, do that. And she's of course like a foodie, so that was her immediate gratification. But the queen of ice cream, that become the queen of soups, the queen of painting, whatever, become the queen. You are the queen. What's that song, that program? Many of you probably don't know it, but Queen for a Day. Do you remember that? I think it was on, well, maybe British TV, but you went into this audience and you got chosen to be the queen for a day, and then you got all the things you wanted for the day. Anyway, lots of fantasies there. The third thing that Lisa does is she's purchased a bicycle, and she calls it her urban bicycle because it's one of those bikes that you can fold up, and she is so into this. Now she's 70. I've actually thought about getting one of those tricycle bikes, the ones that have the big bikes for adults that have got tricycle wheels on them, because I haven't been on a bike in a long time. But anyway, so she bought this urban bicycle and she uses it for her, not for long journeys, but like, for example, I think her daughter lives nearby, so she takes the bike now. You can get on the bus and then you can take the bike off, unfold it, and then just ride those few miles or whatever distance to your destination. And she calls it her Lisa's car. That's her car. She doesn't drive, and I don't drive either. So maybe there's some motivation there, but it's just that ability to get around, whether you have to start using public transport or, buses and trains more than you ever have in the past. You don't want to drive anymore, or you have an opportunity not to drive anymore. That's the third thing that she says she's doing as a wise woman. Fourth thing, this is a really fun one. I hadn't even thought about this one, but it's go to rock concerts. Become a rock concert connoisseur. She said back in the 70s, that was her thing. She went to rock concerts all the time. And I did too. I can remember lots from my teenage years, like Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix. Do you remember? I actually got to see some of these concerts. Beatles, I saw them in concert in Detroit. I actually met Paul McCartney. I know, didn't wash my hands for 10 years, but it's all good. But the thing is, rock concerts in the 80s, I used to go to Keith Urban. That was a great concert. Just lots and lots of people. Aretha Franklin, lots of concerts were my passion. Same with Lisa. But she then said, you get busy. And when was the last time you went to a concert? So now she says she's got in her hands tickets to 3 pop concerts. And she says, me, Lisa, with 60,000 screaming fans? Absolutely. And she's like having such a fun time with that goal, that goal to get back into music. And I actually I'm researching right now and hoping I can get tickets for Andrea Bocelli, who's coming to Zurich in 22. A long way away, but the tickets are so expensive. But it's just what it is. And that's one of my passions too. Rediscovering music in general is one of my passions. The next thing that Lisa talks about is a new home. Now, this may be something that you're thinking about too. You may be thinking about moving into a newer, smaller place. She's decided to do this. And she says she's sold her place. She's downsizing, moving into a smaller home. And she said it is making her joyful. It really, truly is. And I think that making that statement, not just the size of the place, but the place of the place, the town, the city, maybe it's time for a move. But she says, she's had a big home all her life, spent lots and lots of time doing it up, furnishing it, taking care of it, collecting items. And she lived in Mexico, I think it was in Yucatan, for many years too. So she's now completely downsizing to simplicity, a minimalistic life. And I've done the same too. I live in one room. So it's a very small space. And I hope the light's okay today. By the way, I'm looking outside and it's a wintry day and there's no light, but I've got my little ring light and hopefully you're able to see me. So anywho, but she says it's got to be fun. It's got to be authentic. It's got to be about living in the present moment. That's Lisa's wise woman decision. And the energizing power for her is in doing these things, the bike, the music, the political activism, the things that she loves. That's what makes life precious. And she says, live for the present moment, practice compassion. That is our mission. And she's actually putting together, I'm going to look at my notes here, she's doing a series of articles for 60andMe called Life in Her 70s. She's lived in the 70s, and now she says, I'm in her 70s. So live and learn from those periods. So she's going to be doing more articles on this topic. But what are some of the things you've done this year? Have you turned 70? Are you one of the women in our community who's turned 70? And what are some of the things you've decided to do as a wise woman, as a relevant, visible, wise woman in your 70s? Could be your 60s too, but just in general, this age of aging up, growing up. growing forward. So leave your comments in the section below, please. What are some of the new things that you'd like to try? Take a look at the article. Tell me what you think. Leave a note for each other. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel so that we can spread the word to more women. And of course, take good care of yourself. As always, we're with you in every way possible, walking by your side during this amazing time in our lives. Have a really wonderful day wherever you are. Take care, stay safe and well, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.